Hold up a minute, y'all. We are adjusting our technology to all right, that's it. We're good to go. Well, I was hoping the microphone would have been here today, but it's delayed in transit, so it's not going to be here till tomorrow. So it is what it is, y'all. And from what I'm understanding of the sound bowl, one of the sound bowls is going to be here on Sunday, so that's good. We'll be able to, we shall debut that. I think it's Sunday. Let me just make sure. I think it's Sunday. Isn't that like Super Bowl or something? Yeah, Sunday. What day is Sunday? Sunday, the Super Bowl. It's crazy, man. The amount of hey, what's going on, everybody? The 8th, yeah, this Sunday. Wow, that's crazy. It's gonna be delivered. The sound bowl's gonna be delivered on this football day. That everybody's watching. I'm not gonna be watching it, but it's wild, man. How much disclosure? I mean, I knew it was coming, but it's like everywhere, man. It's definitely everywhere, and man, I'll tell you what, you cannot run and you cannot hide from what's coming. The disclosure, it's something to be had, man. Let me tell you what, man. The times we're living in are amazing. And yeah, you could try to avoid it, but see, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing with doing that. You can pretend like it never happened, it hasn't happened, it isn't happening, but then we're just you're just you're just giving the opportunity for something like that to continue to happen. We have to put energy into it because it's been like I'm talking about the EP files, the Epstein files. That's one of the biggest. Again, I mean, are they using it in a way of more distraction? Yeah, of course. But let me tell you what, man, the ring that is being uncovered and the connections and the. But again, I really truly believe. Yes, it's being disclosed. Yes, it's being it's on the ball of yarn is unraveling, but at the same time, I think that there is something underneath it that they don't want us to see or look at. So our focus is going to be on the trafficking and the carcasses and like everything, man, because every single thing is coming up like in connection with this. And there's other people involved that I really truly believe that they're trying to still hide that they're using um, these individuals as kind of scapegoats to um, get humanity to distract over here while what's happening is over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that there's always something. They're not going to just go. I mean, let me just say this, man. Something this big, they've been trying to stop it for a really long time, and I know the light is winning. I know that the white hats, the the light on the other side is leading this charge, and a lot of us are. But at the same time, they're still not going down without a fight, and they are, and they're still trying to get us to look somewhere else. While these files got dumped out, that over 3,000 files with people's names, with emails, with really detailed, um, word for word things that were occurring. And, I think and I truly believe that most of us knew that this stuff is going on, but a lot of us felt like, what could we actually do about it? I was very aware of a lot of this stuff when I was a young kid, and in the 90s, the 80s, and it was extremely difficult to speak out as a kid. Like, oh, you have all this knowing, and people aren't going to believe you. It's like, it's interesting because I saw a clip of a guy named Corey Feldman. I don't know if any of you know Corey Feldman, but he played in quite a few movies. The Lost Boys. He played in The Goonies in the 90s or 80s. I don't know when that movie came out. Probably the 80s. And he tried to expose a lot of this stuff back then. There's even footage, and I remember it. I remember him being on multiple talk shows back then in the 90s, speaking on this stuff, and they made him look crazy. And he turned to drugs and alcohol, and because like no one believed him. Everybody thought he was making things up. He tried to expose the movie industry, and he knew what was going on, and he even wrote a book back then. Like I said, look up Corey Feldman. And then he was in the song "City of Angels." You can look it up on YouTube, by Jared Leto. And he did there was one part of it where they had like different, like a Superman imitation and stuff like that in that version of it. And he was talking about that. He was talking about his drug habit and all of it. And let me just say this, man. In the world that we've been living in, if you know something, like a lot of these celebrities that have really, really big platforms, the moment you start actually waking up and speaking truth, they, things will happen. Let me just leave it there, okay? I'm not going to, if you know what I'm referring to. I'm not going to elaborate anymore because, you have to be very vigilant and cognizant of what you speak of still on these platforms. So if you know what I'm talking about. And the more you use your voice and you speak on things and you have a knowing of something, well, things may begin to happen. Let's just leave it there. And like I said, if you know what I'm talking about. A lot of big names back in the day kind of essentially disappeared or kind of crashed out. I'm kind of, speaking in I don't know the word. What's the word? Speaking in, kind of. I'm not outright saying it, but if you know what I mean. And even though all these people are waking up, and so many people have woken up, and hey, Cameron, how you doing, man? Welcome to the live stream. It's not like the world like in the 1800s or 1700s where we people got like hung for speaking, and people got, it's very different now, but you still have to be like, if you have a platform and you have a following, you have to still be very vigilant of and cognizant of what you speak on. Again, I'm starting to realize that certain people that have massive followings, they're not being touched. They're actually legitimately talking about these things, and I understand that too, because I understand that they want people to get really confused, and majority of the collective is far from in tune or in touch with their intuition or their higher self or their inner guidance or connected to God. So it's like they're allowing a certain amount of information to flood through, and then they're of course shutting down certain people that are speaking certain things, but then they're allowing things to get through because they want a level of confusion to happen within people, because probably I would say about 90 something percent of humanity still goes outside of themselves to get the answers. They don't know how to go within. They don't know how to listen to their higher self or their guides or their angels. They are kind of confused as to who it is and who is guiding them, and they don't trust, and they don't have that knowing that, yeah, this is my guides, this is my higher self. So with that being said, most of humanity still relies on mainstream information from programs that they watch, stuff like this on YouTube. They still rely on that because they've forgotten who they are. And so these beings that are in control know this. And they know that humanity still is relying on, things outside of them to give them guidance and information. So they're capitalizing on it, and so they're putting so much information, and the fact that humanity is distracted already, they're putting out these stories and these big events and blah 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 and whatever to just confuse people even more, because again, when you're in a state of confusion, you're going to most likely go to fear, and then you're going to be easily controlled. And that's kind of the narrative that has been playing out for thousands of years, and it's continuing to. But the fact of the matter is, they know that the end of the line is coming for them, and these files being released is a testament to humanity shifting, because every single thing that we experience in the outside world is a reflection of our insides. So, and mind you, yes, there might be a small percentage that is fully awake, and has done the inner work, but it's still a collective shift. So with that being said, the more the collective shifts internally, the more we're going to see these things come out in the outer world, on the world stage. That's just a fact. So it's like humanity wants more transparency. Humanity is doing the work within to clear out all of the, whether they want to or not, because the sun, the energies coming on the planet, the shifts, the moon, the cycles, all these different things are forcing humanity to purge what no longer serves. And as we purge what no longer serves, we're stepping more into who we truly are. We're stepping more into our authentic selves. We're stepping into our power. And as we do that, these things become revealed. And it's all preparing us for the big reveals. again, they're not bringing out this information all at once. Yes, it's being slow dripped. Why? Because even though humanity will say we're ready, your nervous system, your body, your mental body, your physical body, your ego, all of it has to be ready, and it has to be ready on a collective level. Again, there's going to be people that are still not ready, and they're not going to be ready, and that's okay. But it's a majority. So once humanity reaches the threshold where we've kind of surpassed and we've anchored in enough light, like enough of us have anchored in and are ready, then, more comes out, more gets revealed, more gets disclosed. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, like this year is the year of disclosure. And yes, we are in the midst of a spiritual war between the light and the dark. Yes, that's happening. It's been happening. It's been going on for thousands of years. And but I truly feel like we're at the end. It's the end game. It's not the end game for humanity. It's the end game for this spiritual war that has been going on. Why? Because humanity has been doing the work, man. We've been purging, we've been cleansing, we've been clearing, at least the majority of us. And that's enough to move the pendulum and to swing it in a way that more can be revealed. Hence the Epstein files. That is just in itself a really big reveal, especially for people that don't know what's been going on. I mean, maybe they did, but probably from an unconscious standpoint, an unconscious level, because I think people have been aware, but they've kind of suppressed it, or I guess you could say like dusted it under the rug, so to speak. And I think that it's been what has happened for the most part. It's just been dusted under the rug. Well, what I can't see is not that big of a deal, and I think too it makes it's important that whatever happens, if it's going to shake somebody or rock them to their core, it's got to be something that that emotionally connects with you. Okay? Yeah, while you're sad and you're emotional for what's happened and what's going on, and while you may say I'm angry and I'm pissed off, but if it actually happened to you or someone personally that like a brother, a sister, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband, a wife, I think that you would be impacted way more than people you just don't know. Yeah, you think it's sick. Yeah, you think it's horrible. How could this actually happen? How could we allow this? And all of this kind of stuff. But there's a big majority that are numb and they don't even feel. And you could tell them about it, but it's like it doesn't like they don't feel it. Unless it was like their father or mother passed away, or like I said, it happened to somebody close to them. The situations have to impact someone on that level in order for them to feel and to move them. Otherwise, it's just another story. Yeah, you're going to say, yeah, that's horrible. Yeah, that's gross. Yeah, I can't believe that's been happening. But it's not going to just really, really rock you to your core. Unless it's something, like I said, unless it's somebody loses a job, or their bank account gets wiped out, or somebody they know personally close to them passes away. But if it's somebody else, it's not going to impact them on the same level. So that's why my guides have said this to me for quite some time now, like for a lot of years, that um, not everything is for you. Not everything is for you. And just because it's in the news, just because, you know, you're hearing about it happening to others, it doesn't mean it's for you. But when it's for you, it impacts you or someone in like your close circle, someone you personally know. That's when you know whatever is rocking you to your core is for you. Versus, oh, well, I just heard this on the news, and you know it's been going on in some other country right now, and you know, um, things of that nature. It's not really something that is going to, really, really impact you. And that's why I think that, and I know because I've known from my own experiences, when you're even telling someone about something, and a lot of times they're just like, yeah, sure, oh man, that's horrible. I can't believe that actually is happening. I can't believe that happened to that person. But it's like, you're just kind of holding space, I guess you could say, like, letting the individual know that you're there for them if they need it. Hey, put the chat on here, man. What happened? I don't know what's going on with the chat on here, but MMR Jarek. What's going on, man? Welcome to the live stream. So, I know that we're up against some really big things that are going to begin to unfold. And they already are, this is just the beginning of what's going to be revealed regarding the files that were just released. This is just the iceberg, the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more that's coming in regards to this and many other things, man. It's like, whew. I think after this live show, I'm going to need to take a nap. It is, the energies are intense. They're very amplified right now, and they have been. And, we just have to be really, really mindful of how we're moving. And it's so vital and so important that you take care of yourself. Like, legit, like, really, seriously. Like, when I say it, I'm not just saying it. You got to listen to your body. You got to listen to the guidance you're receiving. You got to practice, you have to practice with the guidance that you're getting. These times we're living in, man, are crazy. It's crazy what we're going to continue to experience I mean, 2025, man. I mean, I'm sorry, 2026. Again, I said this before and I'll say it again. 2020 like changed everything, but 2026, man, is quite literally going to change us from the inside out. It already is. It already has been. Um, we've made massive leaps already in consciousness. We're so far ahead of schedule, and it's wild to think that looking back on 2026 when we're in December and we're getting closer to, you know, the ball dropping and all that jazz, you know, that so it is important, man, to definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, do self care, man. Take care of yourself. Make sure you're grounding. Make sure you're doing breathing techniques. Just do as much as you possibly can, connecting with God. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for being you, man. I lost my train of thought where I was at. So, I don't know where I was. But, you know, we came here for this. We chose to be here for this. We chose to be a part of this. We chose to experience this. We chose to lead the charge. And that's what we're here to do, man. And the more of us that can spread light and the light and shine our light as bright as we possibly can, the faster and quicker we're going to change this entire planet. You know, most of us are, I mean, let me tell you what, I belong to a lot of groups and, you know, communities and everything, and trust and believe people complain. Even in the spiritual community, they're complaining. Things aren't happening fast enough. It should be right now. You know, these are all the things that you hear people saying, you know. And it's just important for you to take care of you. No one's going to do it for you. And the more that you can do that, the more that you will, you'll accelerate quicker and faster. And not only will you accelerate quicker and faster, but for the collective too, you know. Because whatever you do, you're doing it for humanity. So if you're meditating daily, you're doing it for humanity. If you're, you know, helping others, like from a place of an act of kindness, you're helping humanity to change, to see things differently. So I love y'all, man. Thank you again for being a part of this whole entire process, you know, and just keep forging forward, man. Keep shining your light bright, man. God's got us. God's protecting us. Ask God for help. Ask God for signs, messages, your higher self for signs, messages, your guides. It's happening no matter whether we like it or not. It's either you stay here and you move through it or you leave. Either way, it's going to get done. So, I love you all, man, from the bottom of my heart. Take care of yourselves and each other. I'll see you on the next live, on the next video. or somewhere around the world. Until then, let's go!